Hi, my name is Josh Taksier. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I've been here for the last 34 years. I currently work at Baptist Health South Florida, which is a county-wide hospital that takes up a lot of Dade County with about 6 entities and a bunch of outpatient centers. So it's a fairly large hospital with about 13,000 employees. I kind of fell into this job. I'm one of those people that went to school, graduated with my bachelor's, and was still pretty unsure of what I wanted to do. I've always been a really creative-minded person, so I was looking for something that I could kind of express my creativity. And I was able to find that in Baptist Health and make the kind of money and get the kind of salary that I could support myself and a family. I've always felt it to be important to mix your professional life and your family life in equal doses. I'm not one of those people that wants to work a 12-hour day or 60, 70 hours a week. So it was important to me to find the type of job where I could spend time with my family and make enough money. I've never been one of those people that wants to be a millionaire. I've never wanted to be rich. I just want to be able to enjoy my life. The job title is actually an e-learning consultant or a technology consultant. I was originally hired to help design our website, put interactive classes, help design interactive classes to go on the website, and also teach live classes to actual hospital employees. I guess with my whole creative-minded background, I wanted to be able to design classes and kind of cater them to the way I thought that they should be, and that's something that I've been able to do in this job, which I like very much. However, my bachelor's degree is in communications, and this is really not what I intended to do. I work mostly with nurses, and I can't even stand the sight of blood. I'm not a medical person. I handle all the non-clinical type of issues with my position. I will be graduating with this MBA in April of this year, actually less than 3 months now. I'm really excited. I do enjoy my current position. However, I feel with my past experience, I also went to film school when I was younger, in my early 20s, and like I mentioned before, I want to do something in the creative field. So what I'm hoping is that I can keep my current position where I do my trainings, I teach my classes, I design my online classes, but I would also like to have my responsibilities kind of increased, and hoping that a pay increase will go along with that. And I'm hoping to kind of take on more responsibility in my current position. I actually have a second choice. My second choice, if the first choice does not work out, is I would like to stay in the Baptist system, but maybe working in a different department, maybe the financial department, or maybe something in the human resources department. I'm one of those people that I kind of adapt to my surroundings, I adapt to my environment, and I'm really willing to try anything. I think I'm going to be the type of person that works several careers throughout their life. I actually studied film and video production, as I had mentioned before, so I hope the quality and the editing of this video is up to those standards as you watch this. Having said that, some of my specific skills involve computers. I've actually, within the last few years, I've gotten much better at computers. My skills with Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint have really helped me with my position. And also I'm looking to kind of expand my knowledge with computers, and I recently started using the Adobe Master Suite, which includes Adobe Flash, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe After Effects, and I'm hoping that my knowledge of those programs will help me in my further career. As far as my deficiencies go, and this is something I've kind of realized about myself recently, is I'm a big multitasker, and that usually will have a positive connotation to it, but in my case I believe it's almost become a negative because I try and do too many things at one time. I'll start one project, start working on another project, and before I know it I have a whole bunch of projects going on at once, and it makes it even more difficult to bring each one to completion. So I'm actually working on that. I'm trying to kind of narrow down my scope of what I'm trying to do. The thing for me is to stay out of office politics. Any gossip or rumors that I hear, I try and avoid them at all costs. So as far as my work environment goes, I believe that honesty and integrity are really important. I believe that if you're too busy making trouble at your workplace, it's hard to be regarded as an honest or ambitious person that people would trust. So I am a big believer in kind of sticking to your work, doing your job from 9 to 5 or whatever hours you're there, and then going home and kind of forgetting about it until the next day. So I think that's really, really important. I view myself as a pretty trustworthy person. I hope that my coworkers at any position I'm at would feel really comfortable coming to me with any work-related issues or even personal-related issues that they want to talk about. I also have a really strong relationship with my boss. She's a very, very nice woman. She's a good leader for our department, and she's in the perfect position as far as hands-on goes. She does not meddle too much in people's business, but at the same time, if she's needed, she will interfere. So I like that I feel like I always have somebody backing me up, yet I am free to do my own work. What I learned in this class, I have to say that Locke's goal-setting theory of motivation is definitely the one that hits closest to home with me, because I feel that employees need a challenge, that they need to feel like their work is important, that they have to have specific goals that they're working toward, and they need to get feedback on those, whether it be from their boss, whether it be from a coworker or a client. They need to get feedback on what they're doing. I think that people will become bored if they're doing the same old stuff over and over again. I think new challenges, I'm not saying new challenges every day, but new challenges often are pretty essential to the happiness of an employee. The director at the MIT Sloan School of Management stated, "It's not your technical skills that will necessarily get you far in your career path." I believe that that's obviously important, but you definitely need to have a strong sense of communication, and you need to be able to work well with others. I think that ultimately that's what will advance you in your career. I think that there's only so far your technical skills or your basic book knowledge will take you. I mean, I know that 5-10 years from now, a lot of the concepts I've learned in this MBA program will probably become fuzzy for me, and I do worry about that. But I also believe that your communication skills, the way you work with others, are probably a little bit more important than that. And if you can pull that part of it off, I think that you will advance much farther in your career. Resistance to change in an organization is definitely a tricky idea. I think that employees who are dedicated to the organization, enjoy their job, and are treated fairly by their direct manager or leadership in general, I think that they would be more willing to go along with change. And I really honestly feel that that environment has to be created from the get-go and has to kind of be built from the ground up. If I was a CEO or an executive on the executive board or whatever the case, that would be my main goal, is to make sure I build that friendly, happy environment from the beginning, and that way, whenever changes need to be made, and they will definitely need to be made at some point, I think that the employees will be more willing to go along with those changes, even though it is definitely in the human psyche to not really deal very well with change.